I have been requested to read this poem that I had written many years ago. It's a thing I took off from the night before Christmas, but my inspiration was that one Christmas Eve, after everybody had gone, Bob was naturally looking into what was left on the stove, right? So he saw
Who, me?
these little meatballs, and they gave me a good inspiration.
I was hungry.
To write this. Actually, I'm not taking credit for it because it was written by somebody else, but I Italianized it. All right? It's the night before Christmas. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even my spouse. The pasta was placed on a bedspread with care for just the right texture. It needed much air. The children, I thought, were snug in their beds, and visions of Rajol dancing their heads. While Mama in her mudans and I off in my shoes had just settled down for a long winter snooze. When out on the lawn there arose such a noise, I heard all these cars. It's our girls and our boys. Away to the window I flew like a flash, but I tripped over boxes and fell with a crash. The tracks of the tires on the new fallen snow caused a pain in my stomach, I know. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver who sure had no flaws, I knew in a moment it was old Santa Claus. More rapid than eagles, of course, as they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Vito, now Guido, now Nino, now Nunzi, now Lino and Pio, and Dino and Fungi. To the top of the deck with the old bundle, now dash away all. As dry as the chestnuts we ate just last week, which gave me such gas, I still cannot speak. So up to the housetop, the couriers they flew, with a sleigh full of rigot and bacala too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of a tiny hoof. As I drew in my nose and turned around, down the chimney old Santa Claus came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, and he stood on a stool, and his clothes were all stained with pasta fazool. A bundle of scuttle he had flung on his back, plus 2 head of finok he had in his sack. His feet in bright boots and with white gloves torn off, his cheeks looked like cherries, his nose a cartoff. His drool little mouth was filled with confetti, and the beard on his chin showed sign of spaghetti. The stump of a stogie he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled in his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a brown little belly, and opened a bag which said Lombardi's Deli. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old self, who quickly spotted my wine on the shelf.
Empty.
A wink on his eye, and a twist of the cap, and matter not that summer fell on his lap. He spoke not a word, but he started to eat spoonjili, linguine muddled on with a treat. And just before he was ready to leave, he wiped his mouth on the side of his sleeve. He sprang to a sleigh to his teeth gave a whistle. Away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim that he wanted to rest. Buona Natale a tutti, buona festa. Next time I'll read it if I don't have too much wine.
So in other words, he won't read it again. That's it.